Welcome back to the Go Farm Show. I'm your host, AJ Greene. I don't got my guy Darien with me today. I'm flying solo. Him and his beautiful wife just welcomed in their second child to the world. Make sure y'all go down in the comments, drop some congrats, drop some blessings. And while y'all there, grab some water and grab a snack, because we about to take it way back with today's guest, Alontae Taylor. Talk to the people, man.
How y'all doing? I'm Alontae Taylor. Thankful to be here, and I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you're here. Hey, look, when they told me who the guest was, did a little research. I seen a very interesting fact. So we're going to start the show off with this. This is a big debate, especially for me. Okay. You know, I play receiver, and I do a lot of stuff for like high school and college sports. One of the biggest debates I hear is what's the hardest position in football. So to find out that my top two positions is cornerback and quarterback, you played both. I need you to end the debate today.
I'm going to go with corner. I'm going to go with cornerback. I'm going to go with that just because you're backpedaling with guys who run 4.2s, 4.3s, and they know exactly where they're going. And then you have elite quarterbacks who are going to throw the ball at the right time, and you just have to react to it.
Thank you. Bro, I've said this 1,000 times, and I get backlash every single time. I'm like, bro, corner, especially as a receiver, I'm like, bro, their job is way harder, respectfully. But I've never heard of this before, man. Someone, a high school athlete, with the stats that you have as a quarterback, switching over to defense, switching over to the dark side. Yeah. I need to know about this. Like, did this start as like youth, high school? Where did this start?
Honestly, it wasn't my decision. I kind of, like you said, I played quarterback through high school and Pee Wee ball. I was just the fastest kid, so I was the running back.
Just give him the ball type.
Right. Yeah. And so when I went to Tennessee, I went in the spring, graduated high school early, and I played receiver for 3 weeks at the University of Tennessee. New staff, Jeremy Pruitt was our head coach, coming from Alabama. And he just kind of said in a team meeting one day, I'm going to move some guys around for 3 practices. And I'm like, I'm not going to be moved, sitting in the team meeting thinking that, right?
And you was a receiver.
I was a receiver in the spring.
No,
I left high school.
No, let's pause this. Let's pause this all the way. Take me back to freshman year of high school. You're coming in. You was already Mr. Versatile.
Yeah.
You're a quarterback.
Freshman year, coming in, new head coach at my high school. And he had already had guys like Mike Boone, who went to Cincinnati. And so they were like, he could get me like scholarships. And so come in as a freshman. And my first game, he didn't want me to be considered a starting quarterback. So I played receiver for like the first play. And then he put me at a quarterback, and we ran read option, which was really option. And I just ran for, I think it was like 8,000 yards at my high school.
You know that's not normal, right?
Yeah, I know, but that's a small school.
Well, where's your school at?
It's Manchester, Tennessee. Yeah.
I'm guessing that record's never probably gonna get touched, huh?
Probably not. They just retired my jersey and everything.
Oh wow, that's dope.
I believe my rookie year they did. So
that's dope right there.
Yeah, it was a blessing.
That's crazy. So okay, boom, you come in. You said rushed for 8,000 yards or like total?
Like total. No, like 8,000 like running yards.
Okay, so like, what's recruitment looking like at this point?
I was an athlete for some teams. Georgia Tech wanted me as a quarterback, and that's when they had Justin Thomas there. Louisville wanted me. That's when they had Lamar Jackson.
It was like, next. Right. Got you.
And then Virginia wanted me as a quarterback. But those are the only schools who offered me as quarterbacks. Everyone else said athlete.
Yeah, just get them on the roster. We'll figure that out.
That's it. So I went to camps, went to 5-star rival challenge, played in the Under Armour All-American game as a receiver, went to the opening as a receiver.
The challenges, like the rival stuff, what was you playing? You just rotating around or like?
Well, the first time I did quarterback my sophomore year, and then after that I started doing receiver at the different camps, but never done DB ever.
That's crazy. What class were you?
High school class 2018.
Oh, so you had some dogs in that class.
Yeah, we had a lot of passer team.
You had Justin
JC
Fields.
Horn.
You had, who else was in 2018? You had Jamar, right?
Yo.
Damn. And you said you played in the Under Armour game.
Yeah.
So like, what was that like, playing with guys? Like, I guess you could say guys like that, to where you kind of know, like, okay, these are the best of the best. Shit, I'm the best of the best somewhere on the field. I'm not even totally positive what position I am yet. Yeah. But it's like you playing in a game like that with guys who are the best in their position. What is that experience like?
It was different, but I always felt like I was that guy, and I could compete at a high level. There was times where I asked my mom to transfer schools just to compete with better talent, just kind of compare myself. But it was fun. I learned a lot. Going against guys like Asante Samuel Jr., who was a corner and I was a receiver in the game, and Al Blades Jr., like guys whose pops did it. Al Blades.
I don't even know who that is.
His pops played in the league.
league?
No, he's not in the league.
He's not in the
His
league.
dad played for a long time. He went to UM, balled out. Asante Samuel, his
Yeah,
dad
I know
played.
him. I know Asante.
Yeah.
But wait, who's this other guy you said?
Al Blades Jr.
I'm not hearing you right.
Blades.
Al Blades.
Blades.
Al Blades. You know where he went to school?
He went to St. Thomas Aquinas in high school, and then he went
Florida
to University
boy.
of Miami, and then transferred to Duke. But
And he
was
just
like
didn't
that
work
in high
out.
school.
Yeah, I always feel like some of the best players I play with never made it to the league.
It's crazy.
Exactly. Like, you think that's just like a just fate, or like, you know what I mean? Like, do you think something went wrong somewhere?
I don't know, man. You kind of hear it from coaches nowadays. You kind of talk about peaking at a certain point, and maybe some of those guys kind of peaked in high school, and then college they were kind of already reached their potential. And you know, one thing about this game is you got to elevate every week, every year. And so I think that's one of those things that some guys, it just didn't work out that way. But, you know, that's why I always talk about having talents off the field and finding what you're good at off the field.
Yeah, that's a good point right there.
Sure.
Small town, Manchester, Tennessee. What's life like growing up there?
Ain't nothing to do.
But football.
But football, I mean, you're in the country. You know, I got family that was probably 10 minutes away, like down the road, depending on if you're talking about Winchester or you want to go a little bit more country, Huntland, Tennessee, where my mom is from. But it was just ball and hanging out with friends, going fishing. I went hunting a few times, fell asleep though.
Country stuff.
Yeah, just doing country boy stuff and going to basketball games and just grinding, man. I had hills, obviously a lot of hills and stuff, so I would just like run on those hills.
What type of stuff y'all hunting out there? I don't know animals y'all got out there.
And boy, all I know is deer hunting. But some of my friends go dove hunting. They'll go frog gigging.
You say dove?
Dove.
Like the birds?
Yeah.
I thought they were supposed to be peaceful, loving animals.
They do something. Maybe shoot the shotgun and shoot it or something.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know that much into it, but
keep going.
Went deer hunting with my friend, and you have to get there super early. Like super early. And when you bathe or you take a bath, you have to like use no scent. Like, because apparently the deer can smell you.
Smell you coming.
And so we're sitting up in the deer stand and
wait, how you bathing with no scent?
It's like a soap, and it just ain't. It's soap, but it has like no scent to it.
Scentless soap.
It was an orange soap bar.
Okay.
I didn't know nothing about it. He just told me.
I don't even know if that was a bath.
Right.
Fake bath. I don't even know if that was a bath, but okay.
Yeah, and just fell asleep in the deer stand, man. It was so early, and you walking in the woods.
Like, what type early you talking? Like mat drills early, or like
no,
2 a.m.
You getting up like 4 o'clock.
Okay, mat drills.
You probably in the stand. You probably in the stand, depending on where you are, where you're going, by 4:30, and you just sit and wait. And you just waiting
for breakfast
and wait, and sometimes they don't come.
They come to get breakfast and get blasted.
Get blasted for sure.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! All right, so like you did this dolo, or like you ever brought any siblings with you?
I ain't got my deer hunting license like to do it like by myself. So I had just went with some of my friends. I just tagged along with them.
What did you I'm saying you picked up hunting and stuff from your friends, not with your family,
friends.
nothing like that.
Nah, not my family. My family is
what they like.
They country, but not country like that.
Oh, not.
Nah, they ain't doing. It just depends. If you go on my granddad's side, he got my uncle. They got like to go get goats and cut them up and split them.
Country.
Yeah, they do that though.
I was gonna say when I'm picturing you hunting, I'm picturing you out there with some rubber boots and the full camo overalls with the one thing. You know what I'm saying? The one joint snapped. Yeah, that's how I'm picturing you out there. What you wearing out there?
Nah, I ain't doing none of that.
So you was out there in the tech?
No, in the tech. Nah. I had some like boot cut jeans. Okay. With like some boots. You got mug boots. You got normal boots. And like a little t-shirt. And a little cowboy hat or a little hat. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what I would wear like if I did some stuff like that.
I got you.
But it wasn't something I always did.
I got you.
My granddad's side, that's him. And my mom and my aunties, they have a country accent. But all they did was work, man. We had, kind of come from the struggle. So having to pay bills, having to work 2 jobs. All they did was work and come home. My family's real natural with everything. And so what I mean by that is like the hair and stuff. Like it was a shock to me whenever I went to college and I seen like a sew-in or I seen like some weave or something, because my family just wear their natural hair. And maybe it's because we couldn't afford that, and maybe they wanted to wear weave and stuff. I'm not sure. But my whole family is just like natural, and they just kind of keep everything plain Jane and just OCD. All of them.
So like your hometown, right?
Mhm.
I know you said it was a small school, whatever. Are there any guys back at your hometown that were you like kind of watching, like, yo, bro, he got it. He just not really getting that extra step, or is it just kind of one of those things how they say if you're good, they'll find you?
Right.
Like, do you believe in that, or is it you really got to put yourself out there? I know you said you asked your mom to get you in some some different rooms to compete with other guys. What's that like?
Man, I feel like both, right? I feel like you have to be surrounded by the right people. And I feel like if I didn't have the high school coach that I had, maybe I'm not sitting here today. And I say that just because he had so many connections. And there were guys before me who had schools like Mississippi State, like running back. We had a guy who had that, and just kind of messed it up with like life outside of the game.
Yeah. So you picked Tennessee. What they want you as
an athlete at first, but then that staff got fired, and so I decommitted, and then I was gonna go to Georgia.
So what brought you back to Tennessee? Because you said your high school's in Tennessee already. Yeah. So did you like want to stay close to home, or you was trying to get out of there?
I wanted to stay close, just so that my family can come and see me play. I was the third in my family to go to college, so my cousin went to Wake Forest, so he was a little bit further away. But I wanted to play in the SEC, and I just wanted to stay close to home to where my family could come and kind of just watch me play.
Yeah, that's tough right there.
Yeah.
That's tough. I mean, shoot. I don't know. Nowadays, with the college recruiting game and stuff, it's like, different. I feel like you get bought nowadays. So, like, for you to kind of still have those factors of, like you just said, I want to play in the SEC. I want my family to be able to come see me. Do you think some of these guys are still thinking that way, or are they just thinking like, yo, what? Yeah, exactly. Like whoever's
whoever giving that money, that's where they gonna
give me that money.
Man.
I'll buy them a plane ticket to come see me.
Yeah.
Like so, like if you was playing around that day and age, what do you think your recruitment would look like?
Man, I feel like nowadays, just coming. I've never been a kid, man. I kind of had guys in my recruiting class who, they were kind of trying to get money under the table. And that kind of helped them pick their decisions. But for me, I just wanted to always play it straight, right? Like if my talent wasn't good enough for you to want me to come, then it wasn't. And I feel like I love football, like for the game, not so much for the money. And I kind of always joke when I say this, but I'll be so serious. Like if the NFL stopped paying players, I would still play.
Cap.
Serious.
I don't know.
Think about it. You go sit hours watching tape and you go on the field and make plays.
Yeah, I feel that, but
I mean, I would make money for something else though.
I don't know, bro. Like that next day waking up with the pains, you just like, yo, bro, I ain't make $1 from this.
Well, it's different in the NFL for sure.
It's for sure.
For sure. High school and college, you can do that.
Yeah,
for a
you
living
young.
You
can take those hits and get up the next day and probably go still play 21 with the homies at the court. Sure. You know what I'm saying? All right, so boom, you're in college now, freshman year, whole new SEC ball environment. You're playing receiver. He comes in and says, I want to shake things out. I want to switch some guys around. You end up on defense.
End up on defense, and I'm like, what am I doing? And I'm trying to show him that I can't play.
Oh, it's like intentionally?
I'm getting beat.
Snap.
And it's like, he's showing me press man technique, and I'm trying it, but it's like, coach, I can't do this. But he's sitting there talking to me every single play. Be inside leverage, be outside leverage, kick slide, throw this hand, offhand jam, and I'm just getting frustrated, right? Because I'm a competitor and I hate to lose. But at some point, I'm kind of like, okay. And so I'm just like, he's like, learn special teams, learn how to play special teams, then you can go back to receiver.
Dang,
so now I become a great jammer, gunner, kickoff guy. Yeah. I'm elite. Go back to him. He's like, as long as I'm the head coach here, you'll never play offense.
Oh, man. He tricked you. Put you on special teams, made you learn all the stuff to be a DB. See, that's crazy. So, like, does your experience as quarterback, how much does your experience at quarterback help you on defense?
A lot now, but I feel like I had to learn how to be a corner first before trying to.
What do you mean by that exactly? For the young guys watching,
right?
What does that mean?
So I had to understand my footwork, right? I had to understand hand placement. I had to understand where my help was going to be. I had to understand the weaknesses of coverages, the strengths of coverages. You're going to give up certain plays depending on the coverage that we're in. And it's hard to try to know all that, but also think about the splits of the receiver and know what route you feel like he's about to run. And so as I got older, I got more into film study, and I got more into watching guys who are kind of built like me and framed like me, that I can kind of take their game and kind of implement it into what I already have for myself.
Yeah, that's dope right there.
Yeah.
That's dope. So, like, I know you said you was getting beat as a freshman. Do you, like, was that just nerves, or like you genuinely just didn't know how to play the position? Like, what were some of the key mistakes you was making as a young corner, trying to learn the position?
I think just trying to be too physical. I feel like I was and trying to be so fast. Like I'm super fast, and so I try to do everything at 100 miles per hour. And as a corner, again, like I said, you're reacting. Like as an offensive guy, you know where you're going. And so for me, I would see the stem of a release, and I would just go. Yeah, thinking like this is the route, and it wasn't.
And he's running the whole opposite.
And he's running a whole different route.
So I would have loved playing against you. Right. I would have loved. Sure. You was one of them dudes trying to get picks. Yeah, he was trying to go get the ball.
Hitch and goes, you got me.
Oh yeah, I was out of it
every time because I'm driving the hitch so hard, right? But that was like something that I had to like learn, and it took getting beat in practice. And I didn't get beat a whole lot in games because I learned in practice, and I was surrounded by great receivers at Tennessee early on. And so I kind of learned everything in practice. You know what they always say, make the mistakes in practice, just don't make them in the games.
Absolutely. So for the young guys watching right now, while you're dealing with stuff like that, you know, coaches maybe not playing you where you want to be played at, because there's a lot of guys going through those frustrations like, yo, bro, I want to be a receiver. He got me playing tight end. You know what I'm saying? What are some things you could tell them? Maybe it's, you know, lock in on what coach wants you to do and do that, or, yo, keep grinding at the position you want to play. Like, what's some words you would have for them?
Yeah, man, I would just tell y'all boys to, you know, be the best version of yourself, right? Be the best player that you could possibly be. The best thing you want is to be on the field, right? And so if you want to be as a receiver, but they're playing you as a tight end, just be thankful that you're on the field, right? And so take in all the coaching points, learn whatever it is to become the best tight end or receiver, quarterback, corner, whatever position coach has you playing. Be the best version in that area, and it's going to teach you so much more about the game itself. And that whenever that opportunity does come for you to go back to your original position, or even if it doesn't, you can kind of become elite at that new position that you're at.
Yeah, that's smooth right there. And I hope they heard that too. Some of them probably look at it and say, yeah. You know, hey, but I really hope y'all heard that right there. I really hope you heard that, especially from someone who's able to play one position at a high level, go to another situation, play another position at a high level, go to SEC, switch positions as a true freshman, still make it to the highest level playing that position. Please take those words right there. Sure. Now, your time at Tennessee, something we ask everybody that comes through here, so don't think I'm just picking on you.
I got you.
Give me your Mount Rushmore players that come through Tennessee. Just like your top 5. No order.
Like top five. No just order. In Tennessee in general.
Tennessee.
I'm going to go Inky Johnson.
See, I didn't even know Inky Johnson went to Tennessee. It's crazy.
Peyton Manning. So
I thought you was gonna start there, to be honest with you.
I'm gonna go Eric Berry.
Okay.
Alvin Kamara.
I like that one.
Josh Dobbs.
Wow. I didn't see that one coming. I didn't know who you would have replaced in that spot, but I didn't see Josh Dobbs coming. That's a smooth list right there. What about right now? Tennessee balls right now. I don't need the Mount Rushmore for right now, but how do you feel about Nico right now?
Nico's doing his thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, I didn't know too much about him. Obviously, I knew that he had committed to us. But you know how, like you said, the money situation is going on in college. So I was just hoping he stuck with us. And then just kind of seeing how he handled the situation.
Bro, that's a fact. Because, like, bro, I do so much with, like, high school sports. So I see certain guys commit. I'm like, what? Right. And then they're close friends. They got to smirk with the money back. I'm like, oh, okay. Right. But now it's like Nico, he was one of those guys. Like, he committed to Tennessee. And like you said, like, everybody's trying to crystal ball him. And I'm like, I don't know. And then after the Travis Hunter situation, I'm like, you got to wait until they really sign this paper to really know where they're going. Right. But have you been back to a Tennessee game yet?
Yeah, I went last year when they played Georgia as our bye week.
Okay.
And I'm going to go this year with my guy Kool-Aid. They play Alabama.
Okay. You got to see that.
After the Thursday night game. So we're going to go out there and see them boys play.
Perfect. You said Kool-Aid. That was one of the best names in football history right there. Kool-Aid McKinstry. So let's go through some of the superlatives for the team right there. Who's like the funniest guy on the Saints team?
Funniest dude? I think it might be Kool-Aid up there. He's so country, bro. He taught me so many different words already, and I'm just like...
Yeah, fire him off.
So
first of all, where's he from?
He's from Alabama, Birmingham.
Okay.
Yeah, and so he likes to say, if you say something is like crazy or weird, he'll be like, oh, that's strong. I never heard that before.
I'm trying to find a connection. That's strong.
So like if you just see something, or example, my brother asked me for $2,000 to go on a date, and I'm gonna be like, oh, that's strong. Like, that's strong, dog. Like, I can't give you $2,000.
That's a tough ask.
Yeah, that's
what else he got? I'm
so like if you say something like so you was to tell me a story and be like, he didn't even believe me, bro, and then I'd be like, he didn't believe you, and you'd be like he just hit the to the right. You got
Bro, got
like
me.
yeah, duh. Like for real.
Okay. I need another one. 'Cause I'm going to Birmingham next week.
Oh, word.
So yeah, I need to have something to go.
He say, he be like, dude, you're talking. Like somebody just get the rumble, like just get to talking too much, and they over explain a point, just talking. He like, hey, I'd be like, what? He'd be like, that boy just talking.
Those are funny ones, yeah. I had a couple friends that was like that. Like, and then the crazy part is sometimes he used to hit us with the like, they would be talking, and he would actually seem interested. And halfway through he'll be like, bro, Chad. And walk away. I used to be like, yo, I thought you was locked in. Whole time I thought you was locked in the conversation. All right. So something I've been seeing right now is obviously the Saints. Like right now, the Saints is one of the hot topics right now in terms of, is it the truth? I'm not gonna ask you that. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna say that to the end. But day to day in practice, who's like one of the toughest matchups you got to deal with?
It's a little different right now because we're in season.
Okay.
Right. So you have your practice squad, and you they show you the looks on what the team we're about to play. But in camp, going up against Chris Olave every day was probably my toughest battle. And then Shaheed, for sure. Those are probably the two. And I think that was for all the corners across the board.
And what makes them different? Like what makes them tough to guard?
I mean, those guys are smart, physical, fast, super fast. And like I said, they know where they're going. And we also have this new offensive coordinator. And so he's putting them in these positions that are plays that are made for them to make. And, you know, in practice, you have schemes, right? Like you're playing your quarters. And so the offense is probably going to run a quarter beater. And so it's like, this is the beater to the play. And now I'm about to have my best receiver run this route. And as us, as corners, it's like, okay, I'm going to put my best corner on this guy. And he has to try to defend that. And it's just one of those things where you have to strain. And you just have to go. And you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, it sounds like the Saints is really getting together over there. So, like, this season in particular, who's some guys you, like, really learning stuff from?
I'm always going to start with my guy, Tyron Mathieu.
Okay.
He's taught me a lot as far as just playing the nickel position now and just kind of being an all-around football player. And then, obviously, Marshawn Lattimore, a guy that I learned a lot of technique from, a lot of film study from. And then, you know, Jonathan Abram. People don't really talk too much about G.O.A.T, but dude's super smart, been in the game for a minute, and he's just kind of taught me really just stems and formations and kind of like where I can put my eyes to give myself the best advantage.
So like talking about someone like Tyron, because he was actually one of my favorite players while I was going through like the college process and stuff. Okay. Who's like today, if you had to make a list, again, no order. Okay. Give me your top 5 DBs in the league right now. I feel like that list is getting harder and harder to make.
For sure.
Like the past 2-3 years, it was like easy to kind of just, all right, Jalen, you know what I'm saying? Right. Now it's like, you know what I'm saying?
So just off the top of my head, I'm going to go Denzel Ward.
It's the first time I've heard this name on the list.
I'm going to go Pat Surtain.
Okay.
Jalen Ramsey. I'm going to go me.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go Marshawn Lattimore.
Okay, I'm take that because you didn't sound like you was gonna say you at first. I was gonna be like, yo, where do you put yourself in that situation? You know what I'm saying? So like right now in today's game, what's like one of the hardest routes for you to guard? I mean, matter of fact, because you're gonna say it's based on scheme, and yeah, I'm already knowing.
But a hard route for a DB,
yeah, man to man,
a speedo.
A what?
A speedo. Just a deep over.
Speed over. Okay, I'm like a speedo.
Over where he's running away from you. There's different ways they can run it.
Mm-hmm. And you can kind of have a pick coming at any moment, huh?
Any moment. Damn. But he's running away from you no matter how fast you are. You can be a 4-2 corner.
3 sacks week 1. What you got going on? Is this part of those packages you're talking about? I know you said the offensive coordinator is making packages for certain guys. What the defense side got going on? You come out with 3 sacks, you're a corner, bro. You trying to play defensive end too? Like, how personal
that's
is
what
you?
they was joking about.
But you're not walk us through that one. Like, was that like something y'all practiced that week? Like, yo, we gonna really isolate and let you go, or like during the game and work once to try it again?
Right. I think we built the scheme, plan up, and whenever the opportunity presented itself, we ran with it, and the first one was there. And you know, as any offense or defensive coordinator, if something works, like don't take it away. And so we just kept running and kept running. I just kept getting home.
It just kept going.
But a lot of kudos to Coach D.A. for believing in me to get back there, but then also the defensive line and then the other side of the ball showing the same thing and making the quarterback, you know, slide the protection away from me and got me free.
Yeah, for sure. So speaking of quarterback, man, obviously I don't think anybody's seen this coming, and you're probably one of the last teams to really see him this year. This Bryce Young situation over in Carolina. Like, was there something in that game specifically to where you might have thought like, yo, bro might not got it, or Was it just as surprising to you?
I think it's tough, and I hate it for him, just because people talk about it. You have to be around the right scheme, right, around the right people. Not that they don't have the right people, but you have to put successful guys around a quarterback who's young and trying to figure it out. And for him to be kind of giving up on so quick with a new head coach, new offensive coordinator, it's surprising to me. But then again, it's not. Like, the NFL is a business, right? And so you just want to win games, and so you want to do what you feel like you have to do that. But I don't really know Bryce personally, but I've played him when he was at Bama, and I've obviously played him in the league now. And he's a very poised kid and a guy who, has a lot of faith. And I feel like his journey in the NFL isn't over. I feel like he'll find a place that fits him and that suits him and his strengths, and somebody will build the right team around him, and then he'll go and have some success.
With that being said, with Andy Dalton coming in, do you think that's might be the end of Bryce Young in Carolina? Or could it become a Tua and Jalen situation to where, like, let's sit him down, cool him off, piss him off a little bit, and then he come back in? Because it worked once in Bama. They might be thinking, let's run that play again.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Andy was here with me my rookie year.
Okay.
And so
he
I
was. That's a fact.
So I got to see him as a starter quarterback for us and kind of see how he goes about his business. And I think Bryce will take this and kind of put a chip on his shoulder and do what he has to do on his end. But at the end of the day, like, one of these things in the NFL, when you get benched, bro, it's so hard to come back from that with that specific team and that coaching staff. And so, I'm gonna let Carolina figure that out, and I'm gonna just focus on us over here as we try to keep this thing rolling.
So what about them boys? Because every year their fans seem to think they got it figured out. Y'all came with the mute boy last week. Let's talk about the boys.
Let's talk about them. I don't know what they thought we was. I'll just keep it 100.
I still don't know what they think they are, but all right, I'm gonna leave that alone.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if they just thought we were just like a practice game or what it was. I mean, you say we don't really see the interviews, but we seen some of the stuff they were saying about us, right? Like, you can't really diss Chris Olave the way that my boy Diggs did, but hey, he felt confident enough to do that, and so he did. But I don't know what the boys was thinking, and I think this is just a message to every team. Like, don't go off of last season, because we're not going off of last season how everybody else played, right? It's a new year, and so we already knew what Dallas had. Great thing, 16-0 at home, right? Like, they've been winning games, America's team, but we didn't go off of that and go, oh snap, this is Dallas. We went in there like, okay, we're the New Orleans Saints, y'all are Dallas Cowboys, and we're finna play 60 minutes of football and see who's the most physical team and who can last the longest.
Yeah,
and I
60
think
minutes with the $60 million quarterback.
Man's got paid. Money only do so much. You still gotta go play ball.
Okay, now you playing ball. What's the scouting report on CeeDee Lamb heading into that game? Like I said, you the Saints. Well, like you said, you the Saints. Y'all playing the boys. But at the end of the day, your game of matchups.
Right.
How you preparing for CeeDee Lamb?
I mean, you go and see the plays he has success with and what he likes to do. And you kind of see that what McCarthy likes to do with him as far as getting him going. And so you just kind of take away the big plays, right? You can't take away everything. So you try to take away the big plays and try to suffocate them. Don't let them get on that roll. And that was kind of like there's just a plan to go out there and play. But we all know that everyone on our back end can cover 88. And so we weren't sitting here saying you should travel and just take him away. I felt like all of our corners had the ability to cover him with Marshawn being out. And so we just practiced New Orleans Saints defense, man, and we just executed our game plan. And offense did exactly that too.
So does that theme spread throughout the entire locker room? Like look, like we're not going to take our best guy and put him on your best guy. We could all handle this. Is that just like the theme?
I think it's a week-to-week thing, depending on the team, right? I mean, you see Tampa Bay in the Saints game, Marshawn and Mike Evans is locked up, and we understand that as other corners that's what it's going to be, and so we just go week to week and just kind of let it play out how it's supposed to play out. But I truly believe that any corner on our team can cover any receiver in the league. Nobody had us even close to looking like this just off of week 2. And so we still have that chip on our shoulder. And I think one thing that we're really good at as a team, but also as a staff, is that we don't forget how people counted us out and doubted us and told us that we weren't going to be anything this season and we're struggling. And Derek's at the end of his career. AK's got all these issues and guys can't stay healthy. But
that boy busted out to Michael Jackson, didn't he?
Who? Oh yeah, he did that thing. Yeah,
he busted out that Michael Jackson. You seen a fine for that?
I did.
Like, why?
They gonna get their money back.
You think he knew, or like he just came home to that envelope? It was like, damn.
I think he just did it out of the excitement.
No, I'm talking about the fine. Like after he hit it, you think he thinking like, I might get fined for this?
Nah.
Like
we don't think about that. You get fined for everything, bro.
What's the dumbest fine you got? Don't say nothing about no socks either.
Oh, show
it was socks, wasn't it?
My knees showing.
I hear that way too much. So like, bro, I know we getting off topic real quick. Prefer what is with them with the socks? Like, bro, I got tackled, my socks slid down. I don't feel that. They go no huddle. I ain't worried about those socks.
Right. Well, it's a little different than like that. I think it's one of those things. So you come out pregame and they you dress how you dress, swaggy. Then they have like a guy on the side writing down. Right. Yeah, so the equipment comes in and they say one. Like they'll come to me and be like, they say your shirt's too long. That's hanging out. Your pants are too short. And they'll be like, we got to change your visor because your visor is too dark. And so I'll fix some of those things, and then they give you a reminder at halftime, and then
they'll give you an invoice,
and then you get an envelope in your locker when you come back. And I'm talking like 10 bands.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. But let's get back to the season script.
So,
because I just had to. I'm like, bro, what's with them with the socks? I knew he was gonna go socks.
Right.
Let's get back to the season script. Mm-hmm. Obviously, everyone's goal is the Super Bowl.
Right.
I know you said it varies week by week. Y'all finna just take it week by week, every game. Is there a single game on your schedule that you feel like this is the game we're gonna prove who we are? Or is it just every week we coming to make a statement?
Every week we trying to just make a statement, no matter who we playing. And I think that's a great example of the Carolina game, right? Everyone says, oh, it's Carolina. It's Bryce Young. They're struggling, new this and that. And then there was so much, but y'all gonna get beat to Dallas. And so we just took care of Carolina, and then we focused on Dallas, and we took care of Dallas.
All right. Well, now we talking off the field. We done figured you out a little bit on the field. Let's talk off the field. Let's talk about you as a person. What you got going on?
I think I'm still trying to figure out what do I bring to the table outside of tackles and PBUs. I went and spoke to John Kennedy High School football players yesterday.
That's out here?
Yeah, out here in Louisiana. And I don't know, I love going to different high schools, man, and just kind of giving to those kids, because I knew when I was in high school to have an NFL guy, he never did, no one ever did, but to have an NFL guy come and talk to me or my team or like us as a team, it would have motivated me so much, right? And just kind of picking his brain. And so I try to visit schools every year. And so, after that speech, our PR people come up to me and they're like, bro, when you're done playing, you should really think about becoming like a motivational speaker. And I'm just like, I'm smirking and smiling, but it's nothing I ever thought about.
He was dead serious.
He was serious. And I've heard it so many times. And
what are you saying to them?
And I talk about everything that I feel like that they need to know. And sometimes I leave and I'm like, dang, I wish I would have talked about this. And I should have talked about this. But main things I want to hit, man, is knowing your why of why you do what you do.
That's going to feed you through everything.
For sure.
Every time you want to quit.
And then the second biggest thing, which really should be first, I talk about mental health and understanding how important it is, especially for young men who feel like that they can't or they shouldn't reach out for help because we're so much taught to be a man and be strong all the time. And so I just want to let them know, like, you see me on the NFL screen making plays, but I'm letting you know that I have things that I go through mentally that I have to seek out for help. And so whoever may look at me as a Superman with the S on my chest, just know that whatever you're going through, I'm going through as well. And I'm just as human as you are. So I just try to make sure I tell them that. And then we kind of get on the football things. And I think that's just a natural thing. Just tell them, like, if you want to be the best, go be the best. But don't do the little quick ladder drill, run a couple sprints, my heart rate's up, post on Instagram, I'm grinding.
Yeah, that's stuff that grinding. But it's just nice to hear from someone who's actually made it. You know what I'm saying? Have you heard of St. Martin High School? St. Martin, it's like, what is it about? I think it's about 5 minutes from right here. They got the number one running back in the country right now.
Word.
Yeah, I'm going out there tomorrow.
Okay.
What you got going on?
What's tomorrow?
Tomorrow's Friday.
Friday.
Friday Night Lights.
I might pull up to that game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty dope game.
It's over here.
It's right there at St. Martin High School.
Okay.
Yeah, his name's Harlan Berry.
Okay.
He the number one running back in the country. That boy's the truth.
Okay.
So
I might check them out. They got the number one defensive end at St. Aug. I don't know where their boys play at.
Ain't that where
Tyron played?
Nah, someone else went there too.
Leonard
Went there. Yeah, I remember watching him under the radar. I remember watching that.
Yeah.
Shout out under the radar, man.
Yeah.
So I know you do like your youth camp every year.
Well, I just did my first one.
You did your first one.
Yeah.
But it's gonna become every year thing. I'm gonna definitely assume that.
Yeah.
And it's back in your hometown.
Yeah.
And this is the same small town you're talking about.
Yeah.
So you got guys traveling in for that, or it's just, we gonna start right here. Any kid in the area, y'all come and we gonna figure this out.
I opened it up. My first one, I opened it up to everybody.
Okay.
And I had kids come from Alabama. I had some kids who came from Texas. And I believe I had one kid that came up from Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's going to be a thing where whoever can come, I want them to come. It's free.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not charging nothing. And just come in and, elevate your game, ask questions, and just have fun. And I think, again, I didn't have those things when I was in high school. No one came back and threw a camp. And so I'm just trying to give those kids a little bit of hope. Right, and a little bit of faith, and my message to them is, like, no matter where you come from, you got to work hard though. And the biggest thing is if you don't go to a big school to play football, you can at least say that you did everything that you could to get to that point. And that was kind of the mentality that I took coming into the draft. And so I think that's the perfect mental space that you should be in. So you can say, I checked every box, I went to every camp. I busted my tail at every camp. Mommy, daddy, auntie, grandma spent every dime that they could on cleats, shoes, camps, travel, whatever it was. And that's just not what it was for my life. To go to a big school and play football or whatever the dream was. And you just kind of start figuring out what else you're good at.
No, I was thinking just now.
What?
Man, he talking.
Oh, he just talking.
No, I'll play. But that's when someone will plug it in right there. So hey, I know I do agree that you could probably become a motivational speaker. Even when you talk, you can feel like how deep and like passionate you are about it. Like you sound dead ass serious when you really going. Sure. No, I feel like I'm listening. I'm like, damn. I was like, I'm ready to goddamn go warm up and play. Mm-hmm. But I heard you was thinking about getting into broadcasting after you play.
Yeah.
Why?
Man, it's crazy. My teammates probably clown me for this, but I just feel like I look good in front of the camera, man.
Bye. He just want to do it to watch the playback. He goes zoom in.
I don't know, man. I've always wanted to. I love talking like sports, and I was a baseball player. I was a basketball player, football player.
Bro, are you done?
What?
Motivational speaker.
Right.
Broadcaster.
Right.
Quarterback, cornerback, receiver. Baseball, basketball. What are you, Forrest Gump? What kind of life you trying to live right now?
Man, I actually wanted to go to the MLB when I was young. I wasn't the kid to say I want to go to the NFL. I was a guy that just wanted to play baseball.
So that's what your yearbook thing was? When they said, what do you want to be? You wrote MLB?
No, I actually wrote that I wanted to be a lawyer. I don't know. You know that.
Did you at least study law in school?
Nah. I
no. What was your major?
Communication studies.
Okay, so I can
kind of go into broadcasting. So the goal was play X amount of years in the league, and then go and be on NFL Network, Sports Center. I also became a Noop, so I got connection with Ryan Clark, guys like that.
What you got time for a frat?
You gotta make time, bro. I was just a guy who just handled my business in school.
Yeah,
I was never doing nothing else.
So at what point did you realize, like, yo, I'm this freak athlete. I don't want to do the MLB no more. I don't want to be a lawyer no more. I want to go to the NFL. I'm good enough to go to the NFL. Like, what was your moment?
My junior year in college at Tennessee.
College?
Yeah. Yeah.
Never in high school. So, okay, wait, time out. High school, you're getting all this attention. Still never hit you. Might go to the league.
Nah, I just
ran for 8,000 yards.
Right.
Might go to the league.
I think I understood that the league took more than just being the best athlete.
Okay.
I had to become a football player, and a football player who wasn't polished yet. And so my freshman year, playing corner, I started as a true freshman. And I had my ups and downs. I didn't have the confidence though that oh, if I could declare for the league after this year, I would go and play in the NFL and be successful. Sophomore year, I had some ups and downs, right? Like I was starting and I kind of felt like I had it when I really didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got humbled very quickly from feeling that way. And so that was a polishing moment for me. And then COVID happened. And during COVID was my junior year, going into my junior year. And so you're talking about not even knowing if we're going to have a football season.
I remember that time.
Right. And so I was a vice president for the SEC Football Leadership Council. And so we're in all these different meetings on how can we make this happen.
You were vice president too.
Yeah. And so we're like, how can we make this happen? And so we're talking to Commissioner Sankey, and we're talking about testing every day, like whatever we need to do, like we need to make this happen.
Yeah.
And so we're at home, right? And we're doing these Zoom calls to go over the playbook just in case. We still don't know if we're going to have football. Mm-hmm. And we had special guests, right, that joined our cast. And Jalen Ramsey was one of those guys. Minka Fitzpatrick was one of those guys. And talking to them, I just kind of started to build my confidence up a little bit. And then my junior year, we had COVID and we played, but there were like not many fans in the stand and things like that. But I had so much time to focus on me, right? And focus on school-wise to make sure I graduate, because I knew I wasn't going to leave after my junior year. And so I was like, what do I need to do to try to get all my credits in so I can have my college degree and go into that? And so then fast forward into my senior year, whole coaching change. Everybody's fired, and I'm this player for the team, and I'm getting recruited from all these other schools to transfer. And at first I'm like, ooh, like I could go somewhere else.
You could have had a fresh start.
Right.
Came in and be like, I'm just a corner. Yeah.
Right. I could have went to Georgia, Bama, went to win a natty somewhere.
Uh-huh.
But my main reason of staying in Tennessee was, like I said, my family, and I'm a Tennessee boy, and I just wanted to represent my state.
Yeah, that's tough.
And so I stayed not knowing who the head coach was going to be. And Josh Heupel comes in. He brings Coach Banks from Penn State and Coach Martinez, who recruited me when I was in high school. And it was my senior year during fall camp that I said, I'm going to go and be a first-round draft pick this year. Just the vibe and the energy, the leadership role that I had, the guys that I got that I convinced to stay after the coaching change. And it was like, okay, Tay.
What was you saying? Like, how do you convince guys off that? How do you get guys off that bus?
It was tough because we lost some good guys.
Yeah, I'm gone. Respect.
Yeah,
I'm gone.
I respect it.
Coach going, I'm gone.
Best for you. Whatever's best for you and your family, like I want you to do that. And that's what I kind of told the guys. But I told the guys who stay, like, the only thing that I can promise is I'm going to be the best leader that I can, and I'm going to push you to be the best version and the best player that you can be this season. And we'll just make whatever happens from there.
Damn.
And so we didn't have the best season, but we didn't have a terrible year. But you go out and we play ball, and I have the best stats that I've had out of all 4 years, or out of 3 years going into my fourth year. And I'm like, okay, now I'm doing this agency thing. And I'm like, okay, I don't really know too much. So I have my mentor that I lean on, and she's helping me out through the process. And man, my agent that I signed with, he goes, and I go to Exos in Arizona, and I just start training. And the number one thing is run a fast 40. Like, let the tape, you can't take the tape away at this point. You can't fix anything, you can't change anything. And so I feel like I put good things on tape. But I told myself I'm gonna go run a fast 40. And whoever doubted that I couldn't play in the league, I'm just gonna go off that and how I do my field work. And so I started training in Arizona.
Who was you training with? Michelle?
I was with Nick.
Nick. Yeah.
Yep. And
he usually got the receivers though.
Who, Nick?
Yeah, he
does the speed. He's a 40 coach out there. So I go in, tell him all my goals, my weight, like how fast I want to be, how many reps I want to get on bench, all these things. And I'm like, okay, I need the best DB coach though. And so I go with Oliver Davis, OD in Atlanta. And it's me and Martin Emerson Jr. We're the only two that went with him. And we're just out there going at it, man. And come Combine Day, I literally said, this is the day that I officially proved to myself that I was built for this. Go run a 4.36 40. DB drills were smooth. And I'm a praying man. And so come draft day, my agents kind of telling me, they kind of got you mid to late third round. And I'm like, I'm gonna just make the best of my opportunity at this point. But I was top 10 on everyone's board as a corner. And so as corners are coming off the board in the first round, that first day, I call my cousin and I'm like, hey, we moving up on the board because these guys are coming off.
Yeah.
So second round comes, I have a draft party in Nashville. But before the draft party, I tell my family, no videos, no pictures. And they're confused. And I'm like, it's not promised that I get drafted tonight. And I don't want anyone to have to take it off their social media page because I didn't get drafted.
Fair, yeah.
And so they all
I be thinking about
respected
stuff
that.
like that, bro.
Yeah, it's hard.
I be
You
thinking
don't
about
know.
that.
You don't know. And so I'm sitting there. The 7th corner comes off the board and Andrew Booth, 7th or 8th. And I text my agent, like, I got to be coming up. And he was like, we might be looking like mid-third. So I sit back. My phone starts ringing. I'm like, bro, who's playing on my phone? Like, and it's New Orleans. And I tried to cry. Like, when I say try to cry, like,
I got you.
in the moment, it's just like, but I couldn't.
I
'cause
got
was
you.
so
Like, you
excited
feel like
at
you're
the same
supposed
time.
to cry, but it's like,
Right.
wow, got it even. I got
Right.
you.
And so in that moment, I got drafted, right? And my dream came true of getting drafted, but it went away that quick. So now it
You
became,
gotta clock in now.
I got to go work.
Yeah, gotta clock in now.
Like, I got to prove that this wasn't a mistake.
Damn, did you ever get your cry out?
Nah. I don't even think it's sat in with me that I'm in the league yet. And my
Still?
family always tell me to kick my feet up sometimes and just look around me. And
It still ain't hit you in the league. So you ain't had your welcome to the league moment. Not yet.
Nah.
Shit.
And it's okay though. My boy Tyron told me he ain't really hit him until he got his new contract.
Oh, snap. Oh, he hit his bank account.
Right.
Hit that direct deposit. That's what it hit.
But yeah, I would say that would be my senior year. My junior year is when I knew that I could make it. And my senior year was whenever I said, go be one of those guys.
Yeah.
And I came into a great organization and into a great situation. And I'm here now. But like I said, NFL is a business. So every day I gotta bring it. And I can't get comfortable. And I can't get satisfied with 3 sacks. Can't get satisfied with being a starter. Having number 1 jersey.
3 sacks is crazy, gang.
It is.
I wish I took you on prospects that week. 3 sacks
I was on one of those. But
Yo, fantasy owners are pissed.
For sure.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you making time to come on this show,
For
man.
sure.
You got anything you want to close out to the people?
Yeah, I just want to say, man, whatever your dream is outside of just sports, chase that dream and be mindful that trials and tribulations will come with those dreams. But don't lose the faith, don't lose the hope, and get your community around you and understand like who you can go to in down moments, but also good moments. And the last thing I'll say is never get too high, never get too low. Stay in the middle, and I promise you that you will never be disappointed, no matter how it goes.
Damn, you good with that. You good with that. Hey, I appreciate y'all tuning in like always, man. Like and subscribe. And when we bringing people on, if there's anything you want to know about them, make sure you drop those questions down in the comments. I wish Darien was here so he could pop in his signature closer. But let him pop in a clip and let him do it.
By the players, for the people. We'll see y'all next time.
I'll see y'all next time.